guys, it's Matt here, and this is my video response to GentleWhispering. She's quite obviously one of the best whisperers out there, and she did a video on her first ASMR experience, and did a small roleplay, which was really good, of how it went down for her and what happened. I'm not going to do a roleplay for me for what happened for mine, because I have a very vague memory of what happened, but I just thought I'd talk about my first experience and sort of a few experiences that followed that really got me into ASMR. So my first actual ASMR experience, I think, was when I was in year 3, so I must have been, I think, 7 years old, 7 or 8, and we had a substitute teacher for whatever reason, and I can't remember if she was, I think she was reading a story, or she was just reading something to the class. We were all sat on the floor, and she was just on a chair talking, and this woman must have been fairly old, sort of maybe mid-50s, maybe around 60, I think, I don't know, and she did a lot of lip smacking when she was talking, and I really just remember really enjoying it, just listening to her. I just remembered that I really liked listening to her because she was very soft-spoken and she did a lot of lip smacking, and lip smacking for me is a huge trigger. I love it. It really just gives me the best ASMR. So that was, for me, my first real experience. Like I said, it was very vague. I just remember really enjoying listening to it, and I knew sort of from that age that I just liked people whispering and soft speaking. I enjoyed it, but I don't think I realised that it was ASMR that made me enjoy it. I don't specifically remember the tingles in my head. I just remember that I enjoyed it. And I think the first time that I was conscious of ASMR itself and the actual tingly feeling, I think it was around maybe 2 years ago, or a year and a half, something like that, and I was having trouble sleeping, and I went onto YouTube to look up, I think I typed in just whispering or something like that, just to kind of chill me out a bit, and there wasn't a great deal of ASMR content back then. There's loads and loads of it now, but back then there really was very little. And I came across some clips from Bob Ross, who has a magical voice. He's really good at soft speaking, especially when he's painting, and you can hear the brush against the canvas and things like that. And I ended up just watching it just to relax me, and that's when I realised that I enjoyed it, because I got a tingly feeling in my head, like at the back of my scalp, down my neck, and it kind of made my chest feel tight, but in a good way. And that's when I first noticed that it felt good. And I think from there on I kind of got hooked for a while. I think every night I was watching Bob Ross clips, even though there were like 7 on YouTube. I just watched them over and over. I really like them. And then after that, I think I kind of not got bored of it, but I was looking for something new to give me stronger tingly feelings, and I started watching whisper videos that were out back then. And that's when I think I just went onto Google and I typed in something like, what is this tingly feeling in my head? And I came across like one page about ASMR. Like I said, there really wasn't very much content, and nor was there much explanation for what it was back then. And I found out what it was, and yeah, from there I ended up watching whisper videos and ASMR videos like every night just to relax. And I think at some point, I wouldn't say I got addicted to it, but I was always looking forward to it being time for me to listen to ASMR just to get a really good feeling. I think at the moment now it's kind of died down for a bit. I think if you listen to ASMR videos a lot, then eventually it kind of wears off a little bit. But I've noticed if you just take a break for a couple of weeks, then it comes back, so that's always good. So yeah, that was like my first real experience, and the first experience that I was conscious of the tingly feelings. And I think the first time that it actually happened to me in person when I was conscious of ASMR was one day in uni. I have a lecturer who is female, and she's Irish, and I absolutely love Irish accents if it's a soft one. And my lecturer has the most beautiful voice you could actually imagine. I could listen to her all day, and she was like talking to me in a lecture or tutorial or something, and I was basically like falling asleep. I couldn't really pay attention to her because I was getting so much ASMR from her voice, but obviously I couldn't say anything to her because that would have been a bit creepy, I think. That reminds me as well, if anybody watching this knows of any female Irish whisperers, then please let me know, because I'm looking for one desperately, because that would be my absolute perfection. But yeah, like that was the first time that I had ASMR in person. When I knew about it, it's quite embarrassing really. I was just trying to pay attention, but I just couldn't at all. And it always seems to happen now when I speak to her, so it's kind of awkward. And she's helping me with my final year project, which is good because she's a good lecturer, but bad because I can barely concentrate with her for like more than 5 minutes. But oh well. But anyway, I think that's it for this video. I just kind of wanted to do a little response because Gentle Whispering is one of my favourite whispers. She is amazing, so I thought I could at least do a video response to her video. And hopefully some of you enjoyed listening to sort of how ASMR happened for me. And I'd like anyone who's watching this just to briefly comment and say how their first ASMR experience went, because that'd be interesting to know from you. And other than that, I think it's goodbye. So take care guys, and I will see you soon.